Okay. So when we use this word feelings, first we have to be clear about in what context we are using this word here. Because in meditation, we will focus on just the bare feeling or bare sensation coming from the place where the feeling originates. What is important for us is to separate the feeling from the emotion attached to it. Normally, we know our feelings and emotions are together. Although they appear together, they are two different things. Identifying them separately by two different things as two different things is important here. So this mindfulness will be not on the emotion here. It is on the bare feeling or bare sensation. For example, right now, if you focus your attention on the body, you may notice that there are bodily feelings, physical feelings at different places. When it happens in the body, we sometimes use the word sensations. So do you sense from the skin now at different points of the body? It's happening right now, isn't it? Sensations are there. So, and we may like the sensation or dislike the sensation. Depending on our liking or disliking, we will have emotions attached. But we got to be very careful here not to let those emotions disturb our meditation. That's why we decouple the emotion from the feeling at that moment of time. Later on, I will highlight about this. And we will identify which type of feeling it is or which type of sensation it is. Therefore, we'll be categorizing feelings into three categories. Now, don't we get some feelings which are painful? They are categorized as unpleasant feelings. Some feelings are very pleasant. Some feelings are very pleasant. Some of them cannot be put into these two sides, pleasant, unpleasant. So they can be considered as neutral. So basically, it's very simple classification, not very complicated, just pleasing meditations and unpleasant meditations and neutral meditation, feelings. Right? We meditate on pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, and neutral feelings. Okay, but there are more categories. What do you think about the feelings you get? Do you get the feelings only from the body? Don't we have mental feelings, feelings that originate within the mind itself? When you carefully observe yourself, you will notice feelings can arise from the body, from anywhere from the skin or anywhere from the muscles. These sensations can arise. And sometimes feelings are mental. Irritations or happiness, they can be mental. So let's classify them into two: physical feelings, normally called sensations, physical sensations, and the mental feelings. Again, you can see physically also you can have pleasant feelings. Mentally also you can have pleasant feelings. Therefore, feelings we divide into two. But this is not the categorization we will use in our meditation. Meditation is going more deeper. Let me introduce that to you now. We will be using mindfulness on feelings or sensations. Well, someone's audio is on. If it is for a question, it's quite okay. Any question that you would like to ask? Ramesh? Ramesh, do you have any question? Otherwise, you can switch off the mic. Oh, thank you. Mindfulness on feelings or sensations. Here we develop awareness of what is the feeling right now, right here. When it occurs, we capture it in the mind as it is. Without allowing to generate emotions heavily, we capture the feeling as it is at the present moment. That needs practice. The reason is very clear, I think, because usually this feeling is hidden. We directly cling to emotion attached to it. Now here we don't allow the emotion to take over. We just observe the feeling. Just observe the feeling as it is and as at the present moment. Right? That's why we need practice, because we have not practiced to separate the two. So initial difficulty will be to separate these two. Then in the meditation, category of feelings are like this. We divide it feelings into two main types like this. One category known as worldly feelings or mundane feelings. Remember the words worldly or mundane feelings, which we are very familiar because we all are in the pursuit of worldly pleasures, worldly happiness through our senses. Therefore, we have experienced worldly feelings very much. I will explain further later. Here what we do is we just classify into three things without going into emotional level. We just try to identify, is it a pleasant feeling I am getting? Is it an unpleasant feeling I am getting now? Or is it a neutral one, which cannot be classified as pleasant or unpleasant? Okay, so these can be mental or physical. Worldly feelings can be mental or physical. It does not matter whether it is mental or physical. We want to identify just whether it is a pleasant one, unpleasant one, or a neutral one, right at this moment. But we know catching an individual feeling in a moment is not easy, because these feelings appear, disappear, again appear and disappear at a very rapid pace. So rather than one feeling, what you may be able to capture is maybe a sequence of such feelings flowing. Over a certain period of time, you can see, okay, during this period, it's pleasant feelings I'm getting, something like that. Later on, when your practice improves, momentary changes of feelings also, you will be able to identify, capture and identify. But initially, don't worry about catching each and every feeling as it is at every split second. Instead, we will try to focus smaller periods and try to identify within that period what was the dominant feeling, something like that. Okay. Now, you know that when we let go of our worldly pleasures our pursuit of worldly pleasures and meditate. There are certain meditations to do that. Then different kind of feelings can be felt, especially from the mind. They are known as unworldly feelings. Especially if you want to develop meditation to levels of concentration. Concentration we are going to discuss as a separate topic later. Then you will start feeling these unworldly feelings in an intense manner. But right at the moment, they may be hidden because they are very subtle. They cannot come to the surface until worldly feelings are given up, or worldly desires are given up. So that meditation, when you develop your concentration level, you can even start getting unworldly feelings. I will give a better description in the next slide. So unworldly feelings also, we can identify them as some of them are pleasant and some of them can be unpleasant, some of them can be neutral. So this is a full range of feelings that we need to classify during the meditation. Every feeling we need to identify which category out of these will that particular feeling belong. And quick identification is necessary within the meditation. Okay, let me explain this worldly and unworldly words a bit more. Now we classified them worldly and unworldly. Of course, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral are there under both categories. In worldly feelings, these feelings arise when you are in pursuit of worldly things or worldly pleasures. And most of us are in pursuit of worldly things, worldly achievements, worldly pleasures. Therefore, these feelings are always driven by the desires, driven by worldly desires. Okay, the unworldly feelings are very different because, let me give details of that. They are very different. I will come into this. First, we will look at worldly feelings, classification under pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. Pleasant worldly feelings are associated with desire, which is wanting more pleasures from our sensory inputs, like eye, the colors, and sounds, and taste, touch, and all that. When we identify them as pleasant, that means it's matching with certain desire. Unpleasant worldly feelings are associated with aversion or resentment. I mentioned earlier that feelings and emotions are attached together. Okay, the desire is the emotion attached with the pleasant feelings. So our ability to separate the two is very important. And in the unpleasant case also, our ability to separate the aversion from the unpleasant feeling is very important, because feeling is one thing, aversion or the emotion is another thing. So without aversion, we would like to identify what are these unpleasant feelings. That decoupling between the emotion and the feeling is so important in this particular meditation. What is the emotion coupled with neutrality? Neutral feelings. It's normally delusion or ignorance. There is a state of mind called deluded state of mind, which I will explain under the mental states later. So that kind of ignorance, delusion, since we are going into detail later, I will not try to talk about them very much here. But for neutral feelings, normally when you experience such a neutral feeling, you may be unaware how this feeling arose, how this feeling arose, what were the causes, how is it going to fade away. That kind of knowledge may not be there with you. Then we say we are ignorant and we are deluded by that feeling. So that is the shortest explanation I can give here. But we'll be discussing them later. Okay, now you can see each worldly feeling is associated with some kind of emotions, and our talent should be, skill should be to separate these two, not allowing the emotion to take over while we are observing, while we become mindful of the feelings. Okay, unworldly feelings, they occur, they arise when you let go of the worldly things, desire for worldly things or worldly thoughts. If you let go, then unworldly feelings take over your mind. You can notice when they subside, that means only when the worldly feelings subside in your mind, the mind will be left with these unworldly feelings. Okay, basically unworldly feelings are devoid of or not driven by the desires, worldly desires. That is what I wanted to say. And more will be coming later when we discuss the topic called concentration. Okay, moving on. Neutral feelings we don't normally like, isn't it? Where do you want to sit in a seesaw? Maybe not here, isn't it? You would like to sit here or sit there because you experience motion there. You can move up and down. When you sit on these places, so nobody would like to sit here. Because we are always doing this seesawing between pleasant feelings and unpleasant feelings, and we normally miss these neutral feelings. But in the mindfulness of feelings, we need to capture all three: pleasant, unpleasant, and the neutral. And neutral feelings are very admired by meditators, actually. Since people are normally seesawing their minds between pleasant and unpleasant, meditators would like to achieve this neutral feeling, unbiasedness, for the observations and understanding of the nature. So if you can remain in the neutral level, you are a good meditator that you can build with the experience. Then remember, these things which we have already discussed, but I want to present again, related to the feelings. In this meditation also, we need to capture the present moment feeling or present moment bodily sensation. Also, we have to be unbiased. That means emotion should not be allowed to take over. Thirdly, third level of this meditation is, first we focus on internal feelings, and that is with direct insight because you feel them. Then we focus our attention on external feelings. External means feelings of other people. That, of course, you don't have direct insight. Therefore, that is in theory is known as inferential understanding of others' feelings. Inferential understanding by focusing the mind and thinking about it. This is the second stage. Then third one is both this internal and external simultaneously. That means your own bodily feelings and others' bodily feelings are combined to understand that it's a whole large unbounded number of feelings happening in the nature. Fourth level is observe the feeling arising and passing away. If possible, with the causes. What causes the feeling to arise and what causes it to pass away. If you can understand it like cause and effect, it's really good. So this diagram will give you the full picture of how the meditation will flow. First, capture the present moment feeling, internal, and be unbiased, detached from the emotions. Then capture the external with inferential understanding, and then without demarcating, without separating internal and external, we focus on all feelings, all kinds of feelings, sea of feelings, large number of feelings in the nature. And finally, cause effect, observing it arising from the causes and observing the feeling passing away. Okay. During the meditation, I will again remind these things. Then the contemplation part is this last part. Remember, we discussed that bare mindfulness is not enough. It should be coupled with mindfulness contemplations, where we will be more closely examining the rising of the feeling and passing away of the feeling with full or even partial knowledge of its causes. Initially, you may not have full knowledge of the causes, but as the meditation develops, your knowledge about the causes will increase, finally to a full knowledge. By the way, what is the closest cause for a feeling to arise? Say, consider bodily feeling. Suppose you feel something from a place of your body, from the skin. What is the closest cause, nearest cause? It's known as the touch. We call it sparsha or touch. Due to a touch, a feeling arises from the skin. And the touch could be a very rough one or very smooth one. There will be different levels of touch. When we use this word touch in meditation, we actually call it a contact with a more deeper meaning, contact. Rather than touch, we call it a contact. Why? Because contacts can occur not only in the skin. Contact can occur in the eye, in the ear, in the nose, tongue. All six senses, contact can occur. So always a contact will be the first reason or closest reason, nearest reason for a feeling to arise. When the eye comes in contact with the color perception, pleasing color perception, you will get a pleasant feeling in your mind. When the ear comes in contact with a pleasant sound, then a pleasant feeling will arise in the mind. So likewise, remember that the closest reason is the contact. There are other reasons hidden, which we will slowly discuss, because feelings actually arise due to this process called dependent co-arising. And it is dependent on some factors. The closest factor is the contact, but hidden underneath that, there are other reasons, like volitions, which you are doing in the mind, and craving, which is there in the mind, and the ignorance, which is there in the mind. So these kind of hidden reasons are there. We will look into them later. But nearest and easily identifiable cause is the contact. So all the feelings you have experienced up to now in your life, all of them have arisen from a contact that happens in your five senses. Five senses, you get physical contact. And in the mind, we get mental contacts. So all our contacts, physical or mental, all the feelings we experience arise from a contact that happen in the senses. Okay, anyway, those are details which we will go into in later states of the meditation. Now maybe enough knowledge is there in your mind about what we are going to do. So we may be able to do this now together and get some experience of mindful, how to become mindful on the feelings. Hope it's okay to start meditating now, but before that, if you have any doubts or questions, shall we put into the chat? Or you can ask. Well, I'm sure you will have questions about these things here. I will explain them slowly as the course progress. Right? But contact is something that anybody can understand. Right. Since there are no questions coming, we are going to start our meditation. Okay. You can get ready. You can be in any body posture. It doesn't matter which posture you are taking now for this meditation. Okay, first we'll do a body scan meditation to reset our minds. Okay, think of the top of the head, feel there. Then bottom of the feet, feel there. And between the top of the head and the bottom of the feet, visualize the body. Visualize the body. Which posture it is, identify. Okay, then identify different portions, parts of the body, like head, then neck, two hands, their placement now. Are they bent? How are they kept at this moment? And the main part of the body, below shoulders, the chest area, the belly. How is the main part of the body kept? Is it straight or is it bent? And now visualize and also feel the two legs. Their positioning, amount of bending. From which places are the legs bent? Right, again, bottom of the feet. Okay, now go upwards. Here are the legs. And here are the two hands. This is the main part of the body. These are shoulders, feel them. This is the neck. Feel around the neck. And the head. Feel everywhere in the head. And the top of the head. Okay, now the awareness of the body posture is very good. You are fully aware the present moment body posture. And not only that, don't we feel everywhere in our bodies. Right, now we move to the mindfulness on feelings. Okay, scan the whole body to find what is the most unpleasant feeling I'm getting from the body right now, this moment. Which part is giving painful feelings? Find out the strongest pain. Okay, locate it. Focus the attention to that place, only that place, and detach the emotion. No aversion now, without any aversion. Just note, okay, here, right now, from this point, there is unpleasant feeling. There is an unpleasant feeling here. There is an unpleasant feeling here. Then check, is it still there? If it is there, yes, it is still present. Still present, unpleasant feeling here. Okay, just note that. Don't have any aversion or resentment about it. Understand it's natural. It is nature. This unpleasant feeling arises naturally. Okay, and now again scan the whole body. Find the place which gives the most pleasant feeling at this moment of time. There'll be many places, but find the strongest one. Identify the strongest one. Locate that. Focus the mind there. And neutrally, unbiased manner, identify, okay, there is a pleasant feeling arising from here. Right now, I feel a pleasant feeling here. A pleasant feeling here. Check again, is it still there? If yes, okay, a pleasant feeling still present there. Okay, now locate a place in your skin which gives a neutral feeling. There will be many places. Just one place is enough. Locate it. Focus the mind. Start feeling it and say, understand, okay, there is a feeling here. It looks neutral. It's neither pleasant nor unpleasant, but getting a feeling there. I'm getting a feeling there. Okay, now that part is little tough. Neutral feelings we are not familiar to cling to. So very carefully identify. It's a neutral feeling. Okay, now that we have identified certain places, now be mindful of the top of the head. Focus the awareness, attention to the top of the head, the skin there at the top of the head. Allow the mind to settle down there and you will start feeling that area. Don't we? There is a feeling arising there. Now classify. It's a worldly feeling. Is it a pleasant one, unpleasant one, or a neutral one? So classify. Okay, now bring your awareness to the forehead. Forehead. Focus there. Be patient. Identify. Is there a feeling? Do I feel something in the forehead? Yes, there is. Which one? Worldly feeling, because it's being felt from the skin. Is it neutral? Is it pleasant there or is it unpleasant there? Right now, right here at the forehead, I am feeling. So classify in your own way, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Now bring the attention to the cheeks. Either left one or right one, select. Do the same. Wait until you start feeling properly. Then identify it's a worldly feeling. Classify pleasant or is it unpleasant? Is it neutral? Okay, then focus on the neck. Let's say selected place. Let's say back side of the neck. Back side of the neck. Allow the feeling to take over. Detach any emotions. Neutrally observe. What is the feeling there? Is it a pleasant one, unpleasant one, or a neutral one? You will notice that all these feelings are arising from a contact happening there right now. Okay, now bring the attention to another place of the body. Any place is okay. Let's say the chest area. Bring it to the chest area. Forget about the other areas at that moment. Focus there. From the skin, what do I feel? A worldly feeling. Is it pleasant feeling? Unpleasant feeling? Or neutral? Come to a decision. Okay, so that's how you go about in this meditation. Now, since the time is up, we will come out of this meditation. Request your mind to normalize and come out of the meditation. Okay, of course, you don't need to close the eyes. If you feel comfortable with opening the eyes, it's okay. Any body posture is okay for this meditation. Any time is also okay for this meditation. But we did not complete it. We did partly. The external things we could not focus, and the dependent co-arising we did not focus. Therefore, next time when we start, we will do it fully. But in the meantime, during the week, I would like you to practice the little portion we have done today many times, as many times as possible. Please do it. And from next week onwards, the quizzes will start again. Therefore, I would like to be in touch with what we have been discussing, be in touch all the time. Okay, that's what the time permits. We'll be stopping there. Have a nice day and take care.
Have a nice day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.